I'm so sorry to do this video by a pool in the sunshine. Just suffering for Jesus out here, you know. But today, I was just thinking about money, how we handle it. There's a fear barrier that needs to be broken so that you are not so attached to your money, but that God is truly your source. He's the one that gives you breath. He's the one that gives you promotion and the ability to work and all of that. Like, we wouldn't even be here if it weren't for him. So what do we do with the money? What do we do with the paycheck that comes? How do we properly steward our finances so that God is well pleased with the faith that we have in him versus our trust in that check, our trust in that automatic deposit every couple weeks? There's a fear barrier that needs to be broken so that no matter what you see your bank account at, if it's $0, if it's 100,000, if it's $1 million, that God is still the number one person, the number one source in your life. One thing that has helped me throughout the years is to entirely back off from having my money be mine, so to speak, and I look at it as, this is not even my own, this is not even my money, it's God's money. How does he want me to channel it? How does he want me to use it? Where should I put it? That's helped me so much to just take my hands off of it and look at it as if it's not mine, because then I have the freedom to ask the Lord, okay, where do you want it? Where would you like me to put this? There's obviously bills to pay, there's living expenses, there's so many different things in this life, but you know, tithing, giving the 10% to him was a huge step. There's having your hands be open to giving money to where he wants you to put the money and saving money where he wants you to save it and channeling it here and channeling it there. It requires a relationship. It requires daily coming to him and asking him, Lord, what do you want me to do with this? And it gives him great joy that he can use you as a vessel like that, because then he can start channeling money through you a lot more. For an example, like let's say someone gives you $100. Before you hang on to that, before you go spend it, before you go put it in your bank account or save it or whatever you do, because you have, you know, previous habits or previous things, like this is what, well, I always save, or I always do this, I always do that. Hang on, look at it, say, Lord, is this even for me? If it's for me, he'll, you know, do you want me to save it? Do you want me to pay this bill with it? What do you want me to do with it here and there? And so if he says, just hang on to it, there could be somebody 2-3 weeks away that you're going to be in some random parking lot or a grocery store or something. Maybe there's a person there who's believing God for groceries because they don't have any, and you happen to have that $100 stored away, and that's the exact moment that the Lord says, okay, give them that $100, and you're ready because you didn't spend it and you didn't keep it for yourself. It's available. It's sitting there waiting for what the Lord wants you to do with it. And that, my friends, is such a joyful and exciting place to be able to not have such a strangle on money and constantly grabbing for it, like just, I need it, I need it, I need it. God said you cannot serve both God and money. It just won't work. When we trust God, when we listen to him on the money end, he's going to provide it for you. He will have the jobs. He's the one that promotes you. He's the one that gives you raises and gets you increase. He is the one that gets the glory. It's not our own ability and talent and financial money management that makes us so successful. We have to have less trust in ourselves and more trust in the God that has provided for us for our entire lives. And you need to begin to see God as your source. No matter if you lost your job, if your bank account went to zero, how would you handle that? At $0 versus $1 million or whatever, would you remain the same? No, it doesn't matter if there's $1 million or zero. $20, God is still on the throne. God still takes care of me, and there's no fear there because you've ultimately put your trust in a God who loves you and will take care of you no matter what. This world, you cannot trust it. Just watching the news in the last week, there can be so much fear that comes out of what is going to happen. This world system is fading away. Jesus is coming back soon. This world is very temporary. So we can't put our trust in our money and in our abilities and in our bank accounts and safety nets and all that kind of stuff where we try to protect ourselves. God, help us to trust you with every dollar that comes into our hands, and help us to be a channel for you. And so just look at your money as if it's not your own. Tithe 10%. The day I started tithing, it changed everything. Can you trust God? Can you let him have your treasure? Can you let him have the things that you start to hold on to and have meaning to, and the things that you slowly but surely creep into, you know, this is my security. Can you let that go? I want to be able to trust God with all that I have and everything that I've got. I don't know where you're at with God. He has us in levels. You know, he takes us, there's glory to glory, there's faith to faith. Just think of 10 years ago where you were at with God versus today. You know that you've grown, you've come up higher. And in the aspect of money, he wants you to come up higher in that. And so if there's something that he's asking you to do, like if money comes into your hands and he tells you, I want you to go give that to that person over there, or I want you to sow this into this ministry over here, or just hang on to it for a little bit because he knows what's coming up ahead. We got to be able to trust him. Tell God today, I trust you with my money, Lord. Help me. Help me not to blow it all at Target or wherever you like spending money. Oh man. When you walk into a store and you see something you really like and you're on the way to the checkout because you really like it and you want it and the Lord says, I don't want you to buy that. Are you able to turn around and put that thing back and walk out of the store? Begin to open up your ears to this stuff because he wants you to draw closer to him in these things so that you're walking one with him all the time, every single day. It gets exciting. It gets really fun. I know everybody's position on money is different and, you know, depending where you're at with God and where you're at financially with jobs and whatnot. But truly, whether you have $0 in your account or 100,000 or 10 million, God is the one that gives you breath in your lungs. God is the one, the source, the provider. He will take care of you.